Good morning, class. Today we're going to work on another strategy that we can put under the comprehension part of our cafe board. Now, when we're reading a book and we don't remember what we read, we always check for understanding and we back up and we reread. We can also work on summarizing the text, and a summary is a really short sentence that describes what you just read. So it just has the main ideas and it's usually a lot shorter than the book. Like what you find on the back of a book is usually a summary of what the book is about. And so when you use summarizing and talking about the main ideas, it helps you understand what the book is about and what you just read. So I'm going to show you what that looks like, and we're going to read a little bit of this book called I'm Not Invited by Diana Kane Blumenthal, and then you guys will have a chance to practice. So, I'm just going to read the beginning. What time is the party? Kathleen said to Charles. They whizzed home on bicycles after school on Tuesday. 1 o'clock Saturday, Charles replied. Minnie's ears perked up. Charles is having a party? She ran all the way home from the bus stop to see if her invitation was waiting, but there was nothing in the mailbox for her except for an overdue notice from the library. Minnie said, staring into the long metal tunnel. In the kitchen, the phone rang. Charles, she squealed when she heard his voice. I'm so excited. I heard that you're growing worms in science class, Charles finished. Are you too, he asked. Worms? Mealworms, actually, Charles said. But I lost my list of things to bring to school tomorrow. Do you have one? A worm? No, said Charles. A list of things for worms. A jar, a lid with holes, some cracked cereal. Never mind, I'll call you back and explain later. It's not his birthday on Saturday, Minnie thought, as she started on her homework. She knew it was in June, just like hers. Minnie looked at the new vocabulary words for Friday's spelling quiz. I hope he calls me back soon, she said. So if we stopped here and we talked about what we think this part is about so far, I would say that the main idea of this first part of the book is that Charles is having a party and Minnie can't wait to get her invitation. So I wrote that on a sticky note, and I'm going to stick it on the board. Let's keep reading and see what happens next. That night, during supper, the phone rang. I'll get it, said Minnie, jumping from the chair. Who was it? Asked Minnie's mother when she returned. It was Parties R Us, said Minnie. They had the wrong number. As she dressed for bed, Minnie noticed that the pattern on her PJs looked a lot like confetti and streamers. We'll see Charles tomorrow, she said, and I'm sure he'll invite us then. On Wednesday, Minnie didn't see Charles at school all day. That afternoon, she raced home to check the mailbox. That evening, she tried concentrating on vocabulary words, but she just couldn't. Minnie worried about her missing invitation. Did it go to the wrong house? Or something worse? Think positive, she told herself. It'll come tomorrow. On Thursday, Minnie did receive a note from Charles. It said, Dear Minnie, I named a mealworm after you. I thought you'd like that, your friend Charles. But it didn't say anything about a party. So if we stop there, what do we think that was about? I think it was about how Minnie was so worried about not getting her invitation to the party that she couldn't concentrate on anything else. So I'm going to put that on the board too. So we would keep reading this book, and we would keep thinking of the main ideas from what we just read, and we'd stick it on the board. And then, afterwards, we would read what we have. So we have, Minnie hears at school that Charles is having a party and can't wait to be invited. And Minnie is so worried about not being invited to the party that she can't even think of anything else. So that summarizes the book in just a couple of sentences so that people that are reading it will realize, oh, this is what it's about, and then they don't have to wait, and they don't have to read the whole thing too, right? So we're going to stick that new summarized text up on our cafe board. Perfect. So now you guys can go and get your books, and you guys can practice summarizing the text when you get stuck, along with all the other comprehension strategies we have been working on.